Yo, looks like I might have to slow some of these down. These are going by pretty fast. My apps. What's the haps? My apps. Why not have myself as a moderator? All right. Check 1, 2. Giving you what you need to see. We get into everything. Oh, my bad. Let me get that off the screen. Manitowoc School class is coming up. Yeah, I might have to slow these down. Yo, what do you guys think? Is this going too fast? Are you able to see everything? What do you mean? Where is this? Which location? These are all over. Yeah, see, I think it's going too fast. These are going all over. This is all over the country. As this stuff, Brother Frank, as this pops up, as the classes pop up, I put them up there. Yeah, okay. So it is going too fast. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down. All right, cool. I'm gonna slow it down. Slow it down. It's I'm trying to cover October 8th, but what was it? Was it ice machines? Was it now this I know this one is hard to see for Dallas. Shoot. I got quite a few that's Dallas. So I have laundry classes, New York and all that kind of stuff. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, that was supposed to be off to the side, damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rework some of that stuff. Those are also October 8th. There's a ton of stuff. Oh no, that's October 22nd. I got a lot of stuff in here. I'll play them over and over again. This one also is Dallas, well, just outside of Dallas. So this is for all the guys in coffee. Isomatic. Ooh, nice. Thinking about bringing somebody on, huh? All right. Well, that is the hardest thing to do in this business, and it has always been the hardest thing to do. I'll make myself bigger. It has always been the hardest thing to do. No, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's why with most of the people that I talk to mention that they have a family member. That's really why I want to like bring this up to you guys. Fast and Furious, huh? Yeah. Well, look, man. um, because I'm covering so many different aspects of the industry, it was a little long. My original format got lost. It was my account was linked to somebody else. I was advising them on something, and we split ways. They gone their way, I've gone mine. Yeah, this looks. I have to do something about this lighting. It makes me look crazy. So they went their way, I went mine, and our accounts were linked. And so when we went our separate ways, it kind of like it just got rid of everything. Everything just disappeared. Everything's gone. So I had to start all over. Oh, all right. United Refrigeration. Look, I'm gonna play the video again. It's gonna be quite a bit. So the United Refrigeration Jazz. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, so this is Thursday, October 8th or 9th. Hold on, I got my tablet in front of me. October 8th. No, this is West Virginia. So there's a lot of stuff coming up. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Let me remove. And let me share another one. The hell is this? All right. Let's see here. Yeah, get rid of that. Gets rid. Oh, HVA Shop Talk is on. What the hell is? What the hell they doing on? So this is Monday. Zach Ciota. What the hell's he doing on this time? All right. Oh, it's a premiere, so he's not even on anyway. You can watch him later. Okay. Now I know what I gotta do. Let me go ahead and ditch that. Let me go ahead and add a new one. My bad. Hold on. So you guys aren't looking at a blank screen while I add. What I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna go. If you think it was URI, I'm just gonna go right to URI, and we can give this a run down. Our URI events, and yeah, it's gonna be right there at the top. And we can just do it like this. We just go right to Texas. Where the hell's my damn Texas? Ah, there it is. There's Texas. Keita Thurm. Okay, so that's Austin. Amarillo is Scotsman. Lubbock is November 19th. San Angelo is Scotsman. No, I don't see anything. Hold on a second. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. So let's go to. All right, let's go to Baker. Accept all cookies. All right, let me see here. And let's go to events. Oh, let me make this bigger. My bad. Counter Day, Greer, April Air. Customer Appreciation Day, that's over here by me, Pasadena. Manitowoc in Oklahoma. Ream, that's Arizona. Mesa, Arizona. Amarillo. I don't know if Amarillo is that close to you. Peoria, Arizona. Huntsville, Alabama. Birmingham, Montgomery. Now there is quite a bit coming up in Dallas, but I don't think that's going to be for. See, there's Dallas December. Dallas is December, so you got a little ways. You got a little ways over there. Damn, it's $95 for Manitowoc class now. They need to just give us all flash drives and call it a damn day. Just let the books go. Let the damn books go. Manitowoc, if anything, hold on, let me make myself bigger. Manitowoc, Baker, URI, if anything, just give us the book on the newest unit, the one that has changed. And they gave you a drive, nice. And just give us a drive on everything else. No, all right, so they give you a drive, but that's so you can update the firmware on the machines. The partitioning of the drive, it makes it difficult to get that style, that older style of drive. So they give you that. But what needs to be on there is just give us all the older manuals. If you're gonna give us anything, give us the older manuals, and the newer stuff that is R290, give us that in the books, and the rest of that stuff, all the older Quiet Cube and all that other stuff. Let that be with the books, man. Let that be with the books, because this is a little ridiculous. $95 for Manitowoc freaking class. Craziness. All right. Hopefully we have enough people here. This is always a Q&A live stream. This is where you ask your questions, your comments, your concerns. You think it's, well, see, brother, I got over 10 years worth of freaking books, worth of manuals and everything from Manitowoc. I'm good. I have quite the library. I'm good. Trust me, brother, I'm good. Matter of fact, I gave you some of those books and manuals and stuff like that. Some of the newer stuff, some of the oldest stuff. Yeah, to catch you up to where I am with the library. Yeah, you got some of the old stuff too. Not that you would see the old stuff out there, not in our market. That stuff is a pile of rust if it is our market. All right. Walk-ins. I know I don't talk about walk-ins nearly as much as I should. So here we go. Yeah, I know, brother, but you only really need 2 of them. To be honest with you, you don't really run into that many. So what I want to do is I want to tie everything in for you all. What I'm tying in is all of the information I've given you on Heatcraft. This has all been deliberate. Every bit of training information I give you, it isn't helter-skelter. It is given to you for a purpose. Heatcraft is one of your top brands of refrigeration for walk-ins. You've seen me on the live working on that Louisville cooler. Louisville has a deal with this entire chain. Now that this chain is owned by a hedge fund nationwide from sea to shining sea, they're going to be that Louisville cooler is going to be in every single location. One side freezer, one side fridge. Now, Imperial Brown, you've seen Imperial Brown when I've gone to different places, and you've seen that Everridge. All three of them are using Heatcraft. So here's information on Imperial Brown. Louisville is going to be different. Now, how Heatcraft wants to do this, how Heatcraft is doing this, is you have to submit the information to the walk-in box manufacturer, and then the walk-in box manufacturer is going to reimburse you. So the walk-in box, depending on who the customer is, the walk-in box manufacturer will reimburse you for, trip charge and travel time and mileage and all that other good stuff, all that little fun stuff. And Heatcraft is going to reimburse them, not for your travel, not for your not for any of that other stuff, but they are going to reimburse them strictly for the defective parts that you're changing. Only way that you're going to be able to deal directly with Heatcraft on this kind of stuff is if your client has purchased the Heatcraft system separately. Then you're more than likely going to deal with the like Baker or URI with that Heatcraft unit. Now, this walk-in box manufacturer, they have 3 different divisions on performing service for them. Factory authorized service, you got to perform at least 1 job, no callbacks, and then what they're going to do is they're going to add you to the list as an authorized service tech. So now when you go out, you get discounts on parts and things like that. And that would especially go for someone like myself when I go out to go and work on my own customers. And then they have the factory authorized installer. And, benefit of 1 year of parts and labor, all that kind of stuff. This is when you're putting together a box and whatnot. And then they have the factory authorized preferred installer. And that is where they're actually recommending you. All 3 of them, they're really going to recommend you, but you get better and better perks when you play ball, so to speak. Now, this walk-in box manufacturer, they specialize in, food service. So for your restaurants, your schools, breweries, hospitals, hotels, food production, casinos. I keep forgetting to mention casinos. Stadiums. I forget to mention stadiums and commissaries. And then they're also big in grocery stores. So this is a list of the grocery stores where they are the preferred product for these different chains. Not heavy in our market. You get 50% discount. Man, who are you getting 50% discount from, brother? That's one hell of a discount. All right, so this is some of you guys don't know, Winco and that kind of stuff. Honolulu, Foodland in Honolulu. Winco, Aldi. You guys have been wanting to know who the hell is in Aldi. So this is one of the brands that's authorized for Aldi. Food Lion. I used to shop at Food Lion when I lived in Pennsylvania. Let's see here. Bartell Drugs, Seattle. I heard of Bartell. holiday oil. Oh, there's another one in here too that I know you guys are fully aware of. Oh, Fred Meyer. But it's funny, it doesn't say anything about Fred Meyer over in Illinois or Indiana. Let's see here. There is a grocery, not a grocery store chain, but shoot, I'm gonna skip it. So I tried to blow it up a little bit bigger for you guys to see the list. And then the real reason why I put this out there is because they are a supplier for Domino's. So I've given you XLT. They are the main supplier for the Domino's stores. They make the red pizza, the red conveyor oven. So that's your oven. You have Imperial Brown. They're the ones that supply the walk-in. And then you have, as far as the pizza, let me remove this. So as far as not always the retarder. Help me out here. Anybody service Domino's? Anyone service Domino's? All right, so let me add another one. I got some pictures. You know what? Let me just go straight. Hold on. All right, I'll open up another window. So none of you guys work on Domino's whatsoever. Excuse me. All right, hold on 1 second, sharing the screen. All right, so Electrolux has purchased Randell. Randell is a supplier to Domino's. I don't know why this thing is messing with me like this. They have a series of make tables. Oh, Brother Frank, no problem. Yeah, that's what this is all about. Letting you guys know about the training. And once you go to the training, these people get to meet with you. They get to see how if you're receptive to it, what your thought process is like. That helps them make a decision if they're gonna, work with you or not, and open things up for someone like you in the future. So they have their specialty prep stations where they this is where they put the cheese on the pizza. They have some pizza make table. All right, so let me go ahead and Google that one for you. Randell Domino's pizza make table. Believe it or not, I had already fleshed all this stuff out. Fleshed all this out. So as you can see, this Domino's unit made by Randell, $17,868. And they do hold on to these. They hold on to these things forever. You might occasionally see a YouTube video where a guy is rebuilding it. Or I saw one where the guy put in separate evaporator unit. He essentially turned that whole box into miniature walk-ins. All right. So you could buy an evaporator and you can install a single evaporator with a fan motor. And that's what this guy did. He installed a number of those in these in the make table. Just simply because, spending $20,000, $17,000. For a guy to go ahead and remake the pizza prep table for $3,000, $4,000 is nothing. They'll do that in a heartbeat. So here's one right here. versus paying $20,000 for another unit. So what you're looking at right here, this is a unit made for Pizza Hut. Oh, sorry, Domino's. So this is where all the condiments are. They take the pizza and they run it down the line. And then they'll reach into each section and they'll grab out the bell peppers, mushrooms, onions, chicken, gorgonzola or whatever the hell it is. And then they sprinkle it on top. It's usually on like some kind of a raised system. So the cheese, excess cheese and things fall off to the wayside. And away it goes all the way to the end where they take it and then slide that pan into the XLT oven. All right. All right, Brother Frank said you really don't do hot side, but 3 pizza oven jobs came. 3 pizza oven jobs came to you, but the real question is, did you take them? Did you take them or did you pass on them? And what kind of pizza ovens were they? Were they conveyor? Were they rotation? Were they brick oven pizzas? Pizza oven? Were they old school? What were they? Were they like wow ovens or extreme? Hold on, let me show you another one. Edge. So this is an oven that occasionally gets subbed for an XLT. Why? Because they essentially reverse engineered the XLT and made this. So I had previously thought that they were the people from Edge had come from XLT or had come from Lincoln. So the people from XLT came from Lincoln, but the people from Edge, come to find out, they were just service techs that had gotten so used to re-engineering these ovens and refinishing them that they just decide to make some from scratch. Oh, they were brick. Brick are the easiest ones, to be honest with you. Brick are they're easy peasy, nice going. I don't mind the brick ovens. Conveyor ovens, you got to deal with the motor for the conveyor. Conveyor ovens, you have to deal with the high and low burner. Conveyor ovens, you got to deal with the damn sensors. So you have sensors to even communicate with it about the high and low burner. So it needs to know when to kick into low and when to kick into high. And then you got all those fingers that get blocked up. These geniuses put foil in the system as they put the pizzas through, or they put anything through, because they don't have to just be pizza. And then the foil will flake off. Pieces of it will flake off, and they get stuck in the fingers and block the holes that are coming down. And then you get uneven bake. Even worse, they'll get in there and they will jam up the blower motors that's in there. The blower motors are the real star of the show. They're the ones that are transferring that heat around. And so you have blower motors go out. It's just fun times. Blown fuses because they don't want to clean them. You have a lot less of that with all the other styles of oven. The other styles of oven, it's a lot less involved. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Hey. All right, let's see here. What do we have on the screen? All right, let me see here. All right, let me go over. I wanted to address the death of a reed that just occurred about a week ago. I guess maybe I'll have to do, there was a reed that was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. Oh, let me do this. All right. This Reed, R-E-E-D, the same as mine. Um, he was found hanging from a tree on the college campus. 21 years old. This young man right there. Rest in peace. So his name was Trey Reed. And I have a cousin named Trey Reed. I need to check on him. My cousin should be maybe 2 years older than this Trey. My Trey should be 2 years older than this one. I doubt. If it was, no, I need to check. I need to check on my cousin. Oh, so rest in peace to Trey Reed. Yes. College can be a dangerous place sometimes, and Mississippi can be even more of a dangerous place. All right, so let me see here. Yeah. Oh, I guess let me see. Let me work my way backwards. The job I went to today. Let me see if this thing is going to let me do it. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to open up a whole nother. Did anyone catch any of the lives that I've done over the weekend or the last couple of days? Well, interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can find some of my. A lot of my stuff didn't end up transferring over. Which one is this? Let me just hit view all. Oh, you guys can't see that. Sorry about that. Let me hit view all. Where's the damn mute? All right, so this ice machine that I was working on earlier today. Okay, my apps. This is actually made by Max Ice. So Max Ice is the one who made this one. So all these weird things that you've seen. This is who made it. See that? Look at that. And it came up as Motac. So there's the Motac that came up. Hold on 1 second. And Max Ice, excuse me, is by Legacy Brands. All right, let me know if the background music is too loud. So you see here, instead of them selling that ice machine for $4,000, they get to sell it for $2,700. They get to sell it for $2,700 to their clients because they're not selling it as a Max Ice. So this is the unit right here. If you can't get the parts, if you cannot get the parts through KTOM, you can always get the parts from Max Ice. Now, that being said, not every single one of their ice machines are going to come from Max Ice. No, that's not a new one. I've talked about legacy groups. I've been talking about legacy groups for 4 years. If you go over the old videos, I've talked about legacy group. Legacy group is the same one. Legacy group is the same one that's where I went out and was working on that deep fryer. That one was also OEM supplied to that dealer. Yet again, another dealer. So their house brand was also made by Legacy. That's what I say. It's so much going on in the background. A lot going on in the background. And no, it's not a new one. I've talked about Max Ice. I've talked about, and I got to talk about the other one. That's what I need to do. I got to talk about J. Oh, because see, my apps, when I bring this stuff up, I used to have a lot of guys saying, "Oh man, you trying to sell us stuff? Well, why do you keep bringing this stuff up? You keep trying to sell." No, dumbass, I'm not trying to sell you shit. How the hell am I selling you? You're not going to buy it through me. You're not buying it through me. So how the hell am I selling you stuff? You need to know what the equipment is priced at. You need to know who makes it. You should know where you get the parts from. That is the entire reason why I have this damn channel. I'm not up here just grandstanding. The whole purpose of me, I'm not even supposed to do these damn lives where I'm out and about. That actually isn't part of the plan, but that's the only thing that you guys really want to see. So I have to tie that in. I'll get to it. So Max Ice is part of Legacy Group. See right there. So I've talked about the Legacy Group. I've been working on Legacy Group for many, many years. As a matter of fact, the other Max Ice machine is the one, my apps, that's the one that was in the nail salon that I worked on. They had the little pink slime and they had the nice indigo blue light. That was a Legacy brand. That was a Max Ice. And that one I did live. I did live with that one. And there wasn't anything wrong with it. It was just dirty. And the guy was not happy about that one. So they have parts. Yeah, they're advertising that their parts are available from Parts Town. And if you can't get the parts from Parts Town, you can get the parts directly from them. So not only, let's go back. So not only is Max Ice, but there's also the refrigeration. What is it? What is the other one called? Oh, Max Cold. Max Cold. So I am not certain if those refrigeration units that were in that place sold under the Motac name were also Max Cold. Remember, the other one's called Max Ice. I don't know if it was Max Cold. Only way I would know is if I were to call Max Cold and then inquire and then ask them, say, hey man, I got this unit here, is this yours? Because I deal with over 100 of these guys that are like lower tier, probably more than that, but about 100 of them that are these low tier producers. And I consider a TOSA. So a TOSA is low tier. but Turbo Chef is not. Turbo Chef is top tier, but a Tosa is lower tier. Max Cold, Max Ice. So there's so many others. Yeah, the nail salon, that was 2 years ago. I think the nail salon was maybe 2 years ago or so. Hold on 1 second. So this is the same company, right? This is all the same company. You remember this now? I was just talking about General, like the last 2, 3 shows. I was talking about General, and then I've got AdCraft. AdCraft finally popped up. So that is why that they are not pump really pushing refrigeration on this line. They want to try to make things as segmented as possible, so it does not cause a problem with their potential clients. So they go, oh God, we got yet another, bro. We already got 10 lines of refrigeration. We don't need 11. All right. So they're like, okay. Atosta did the same thing. So they said, okay, well, General. So you could just purchase our General line. So now you don't have to worry about Max Ice, Max Cold. You just go with General. And then you got Admiral Craft. That's where I keep messing up at. So Admiral Craft, now they have done a good job on keeping Admiral Craft really separated from the other ones. This is where you saw me. So these are their other refrigeration lines, and they are, oh, shoot. So they have Black Diamond and those refrigerators, chest freezers, all this kind of stuff. Grista, you just saw me working on. You just saw me working on one. Right, you saw me working on one. That's what, and they have a deal with Best Buy. Best Buy is holding, yeah, for Max Cold. So that's crazy. We just, all right. Let me get into it. Let me get into it in just one moment, because we just saw that Parkstown was holding parts for Max Ice and Max Cold. But yet when they sent me the parts came from Best Buy. So Best Buy is doing some logistics for Legacy Group. This is getting really, this is getting really, really twisted. It's getting really twisted. All right.
We are same, but different, but still same.
That is what we're dealing with all this stuff. It is different, but the same. The customer has no idea that these units are the same, but they're different, but they are still the same. The internal components are still the same. You might have to deal with a different department. You might have to call a different phone number. But when it comes down to nuts and bolts, when it comes down to motors and boards, you're essentially just dealing with one company. That's what we got going on. So the one, oh no, you guys saw me dealing with the Akita whatever yesterday. So all of this is Legacy. All of this stuff is Legacy Group. Let me go to the other one. JMC Supply. All right. So the one who saw me do that, the flyby on Friday. Anyone see me do the flyby on Friday? So one of the largest distributors in the country, one of the largest dealers in the country is selling the JMC. And where the hell? I can't believe this damn catalog just up and found it. Let me make myself bigger. Try to show you guys this stuff. And, oh my God, trying to sell us stuff. No, dumbass. Trying to show you this is what's out there. And it helps to, I don't know if you guys remember, I was showing you, I said, hey, they got all the parts listed. They got all their stuff right there. Compressors, controllers, condensers, fans, the fan motors, everything. Everything. And once again, they're all selling the same stuff, but they are under different names. They're under different names, so it does not cause any problems. So it does not cause any. What the hell is going on? Oh, it wasn't plugged in. That's fine. So it doesn't cause any problems. So this other one is JMC. No. The one you saw a few minutes ago, that wasn't a restaurant. That was a medical facility. That was a medical facility. There we go. Now we're in business. 1669. That was a medical facility, and that's, you were looking at the beginning stages of them fleshing out their new commercial, well, the commercial kitchen. So they had the freezer that was empty, fridge, who knows if it was empty or not, and they had just got the ice machine. So they don't even have a, I would bring it in there, but it's really big. The mop sink detergent distributor. All right, so Brother Frank says, Mike, what advice do you have for someone who wants to transition from HVAC and repair to hot side? My advice is to get the customer first. It's a lot easier getting clientele on the cold side than it is on any other side. Cold side is all set up to funnel work to you. Hot side is dog eat dog world. However you get it, how you live it, you catch what you kill is hot side. Only the very top of the heap gets referrals on hot side. Other than that, I mean, you might be able to get referrals from Dukers. I think it's Blue Air. Is Blue Air doing some hot side? Let me see. You might be able to get some referrals from Dukers. You might be able to get some referrals from Onera Group. Maybe some from Atosa. Yeah, Blue Air doesn't have any hot side anymore. Blue Air doesn't have any hot side. JMC does. So JMC might give you a referral. It is extremely difficult getting the ball rolling on the hot side. So my advice is, just like I have for everything else, my advice is you get set up with the manufacturers first. You get set up with the factory. You're going to have to run calls for the factory. And in turn, you get the CODs from it. You get hot side warranty. The vast majority of hot side warranty is only like 90 days. The vast majority of things on the hot side is only 90 days. Let me see here. Service provider. Let me see if I can pull up like on deep fryers. Deep fryers, most of your stuff is like a year or less. So there really isn't because they make this stuff the same way. There's very little innovation and change on the hot side. And when there is a change on the hot side, you can't shut them up about it. You really can't. And the ones that have extended warranties, longer warranties, are your ones where they have dedicated service providers. Let me see here. Vulcan deep fryer warranty. So on gold side, it's a lot easier to generate business than it is on the hot side. Oh damn, my bad. I thought you guys were able to see this. All right, let me see here. Let me do. No, that's not the right one. All right. Well, okay. Hagar is too big. Hagar runs away all the other big guys, which is a good thing because Hagar can't do everybody. Like I have 5 Hagars here. You realize that I have 5 companies like Hagar down here. You only have Hagar up there in Oklahoma. So that's why Hagar doesn't come down to Austin. Hagar doesn't come down to San Antonio. Hagar doesn't come down to Houston. Hagar can barely handle the large companies. You got to realize Hagar's doing your McDonald's, they're doing the Wendy's, they're doing, you know what I'm saying? When they're doing all that kind of stuff, who the hell is doing the other restaurants? Like, do you see me run around doing McDonald's? Do you run around seeing me doing Olive Garden? You run around seeing me doing, those type of places? No. Those are the type of places that your Hagar. And for those of you guys don't know what we're talking about a company that is like Tech 24, a company that is like General Parts, company that is like Whaley. Only they have yet to burst free from their regional constraints. So when you're talking about Dallas, Fort Worth, even up to Oklahoma, they have this is a company that is very well trained on hot side equipment. Hot side equipment, including dishwashers. I get my dishwasher training up there. Excuse me. Deep fryer training up there. Hagar's allowed me to attend training and things like that up there. But they're only up there. Like I said, they can't come down here because there's too many other fish. Too many big fish. All right, so back to what I was saying earlier though about the warranty on the hot side. Vulcan only has a warranty of 1 year. Now that's Vulcan. Now Vulcan is going to be taken care of in Dallas. It's either going to be taken care of by Hobart or by Hagar. In my neck of the woods, it's going to be taken care of by Hobart. Because all of those are Vulcan is owned by Illinois Tool Works. ITW, Illinois Tool Works, which is Hobart. Wolf, Ibex, which is their speed oven like Turbo Chef. Burkle, Hobart, Baxter, Charleston, Gaylord. That is all Illinois Toolworks. Wolf, owned by Illinois Toolworks. That the commercial line, not the residential line. The residential line after 94, those are owned by Sub-Zero, and the ones previous are Ronin. They're out there. I take care of those. Atco still has the ability to get all the parts for those. And like say here it is, says that Vulcan, Ibex, Burkle, Hobart, Baxter, Charleston, Gaylord is all under the same umbrella. They are all Hobart properties. But yeah, Brother Frank, once again, and this goes for the rest of you, having a larger than life company out there is good. Hagar has the same problem that everyone else has. They do not have enough technicians. Hagar can't get enough technicians to cover every single thing. And in order to feed the beast, their charges are extremely high. Understandable. If you've ever gone to Hagar's office, they have a huge building, warehouse, millions of dollars worth of parts. They have at least 4 or 5 people answering the phones, doing dispatch. They have parts clerk. They have a lady that just runs the front door. Just runs the front door in general office, you know. And then they are always, you know, like I said, they're doing training and everything else. They're always doing training. So Alex says, I am new to the industry. You previously said that running Halfco warranty calls pays more than COD residential calls. Yeah. Can you further explain with average service charges, what could you expect? Hold on. Now that is going to vary by the product. I am allowed to do runs. I'm allowed to do service calls for Vulcan. It is what it is. Like I said, those service calls, this all goes back to there aren't enough technicians. So when I'm on the scene and it's like, hey, you know, so-and-so sold this, whether it's one of the 3 largest dealers in Houston, and I say, hey, man, you know, so-and-so sold this, and I'm here on site. I'm not here just for your stuff. I was here for something else, but while I was here, the dealer asked me to take a look at it. I found this, that, and the other wrong with it. This is what I need. And you know, and they'll look up and see that there's no X on your address that they're gonna send to you, and they're like, yeah, you know, we'll go ahead and send you the parts, and then go ahead and send us the bill. You know, like Habco and some of those guys, like they'll pay me, you know, $300-400 to go out and do a service call where I'm going out and changing a probe or changing, you know, a burn wire or a striker or something like that. And on average, that's going to be more than what you're going to get out of a top load Samsung washer, right? How many people are going to pay you more than that on a Samsung top load washer when a brand new washer is $450? How many people are going to pay you more than that on a dishwasher? You know, on average, a lot of stuff, the numbers that you're looking at on residential is really small, and they have you on this hamster wheel, and you can make money, but the way that you make money is on the hamster wheel. You're not going to go out and do a single job for the day like we do on the commercial side, and then, you know, and then collect $2,000 on average. You know, you're not doing that on average on the residential side. Even on Viking, they give you pushback. Even on Thermador, they give you pushback. Even on Wolf, they give you pushback. Name it, maybe not Gagano, but I still get pushed back. I get pushed back on La Cornue. I get pushed back on La Cornue, La Conche and La Cornue. I get pushed back on Elve. Anytime you're doing something and you start tiptoeing over that $700 mark, Bertazzoni wall oven, stuff like that, Blue Star wall oven, they get antsy. It is not unusual to have charges on the commercial side that are 2,000 and above. It is really not out of the ordinary to have that. And so to bring it on back, when you're dealing with some of these commercial manufacturers and you have a warranty call, like that walk-in that I did, I'm only getting paid about $700 on that warranty. We'll say $600. I'm getting $600 because their Heatcraft is going to reimburse $400, and then Louisville is reimbursing the rest. They're paying for my travel. They're paying for the mileage and service call fee. So they're paying the service call fee. They're paying the mileage and the labor hours it took to drive to that location. Meanwhile, it's on the books. Heatcraft has it on the books that they're paying 2 hours for that job with a specific dollar amount, right? So, but the bill doesn't go to Heatcraft. The bill goes to Louisville Coolers. Matter of fact, did I even cover that? Oh no, I did. So so it all depends on what product it is that you're going to service, Alex. If you're going to service, like I did that deep fryer, I don't know if you got a chance to catch me doing that deep fryer at that restaurant. That was General, the manufacturer, General Cooking or General Service. And they're on the lower end of production. They are not Vulcan. They are not Frymaster. They are not Pitco. As you saw, I did yesterday or the day before the other stream, their fryers are only like $1,300. So you're not getting a king's ransom. With that being said, I spent an hour with you guys doing the live. Technically, it would have been like 30 minutes if I didn't have to maneuver around the damn camera, press the button and move the damn phone in position and all that other bullshit, which is why people don't want you guys doing it. Still, on average, we get more. Your average COD on the residential side is not. Yeah, it is not what it used to be. Right, that's what I'm saying. My apps, it is even the Viking customers. I really, hey man, I really lost it with this other Viking customer. I had a Viking. It was it's like a Gen 2 Viking. It wasn't from the 90s. It might have been like 2000. It was like a 2000 Viking. The Viking started in like 94, like 94, 92. Right, I was around for it. That's why I'm able to do this. Because when I started, there was no Viking. And when what's his face started Viking, it was big. It was a big deal. Oh, let's see here. See, now they don't want to do a thing that says I agree. And yeah, they get all antsy. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, man, screw this. It just doesn't, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. So I had this douchebag in a this is Houston. This is not that far from Ted Cruz house. Ah shit. Not that far from Ted Cruz, right? And it's like a $6 million house. And the guy didn't want to pay. The guy was bitching about the price, and he was spoiled by my previous price, and he wanted to play games. I know for a fact he had called the other service companies in the market, and he was like, oh, screw them, I know a guy that's going to do it less than you guys. I had the strike module box at the time. I used to carry those strike module boxes with me, and I just don't. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. I'm not going up to your house, dealing with them damn rusty ass screws, taking off my shoes and shit, just going down there and no, because it financially wasn't even worth it. So I just wanted to just cut the guy off, and he was still. How the hell could it be 40 years of innovation? That's bullshit. See, talking about some almost 40 years. Dude, 34 years is not almost 40. Come on with the year. See, they won't come up with a year. Hold on one second. I'm going to do this because I actually knew the guy that developed the range. He actually died. Surgeon died of a heart attack. First Viking range. And so Viking range was actually made in US range in California, made it for like a year or two. And then production was switched over to Brown Stove Works. You would know them. Yeah, I know rich folks are the worst. You would know them for the 5-star range. And fun fact, that 5-star range is still the one that you see right here on the screen. If you want that range, you can get that range made today from 5-star. See the oven. So that's what they're trying to count. They're trying to count the first range that he had made for his home, because that's the story that he couldn't get a professional style stove for his home. See, so now we start to go up. 86. Now we start to go up. 87. 87. The first Viking range was shipped to a customer, and even have our name. I don't know about no damn 87, but that's what they claim. So the wars really started to heat up. Let me show you. I don't know how we got on this. I don't know how we got on this. This was the first Viking range. Come on, man. Just show me the whole damn thing. Show me the whole damn picture. So the 5-star, which is, there we go. Oh God, this was the first production Viking range. That was the first Viking. And then what Carl did was he then yanked the contract from Brown Stove Works and then brought everything to Mississippi, and then they started cranking out the Viking range out of the facility in Mississippi. And here Brown Stove Works was left with all the tool and die work And so they were like, well, let's just start cranking them out. So they start cranking them out, and they badged them. They rebadged them as 5-star range. And I had been taking care of 5 stars since the night I started in '92. I started in '92. And so you could, like I said, you could buy these right now. Hold on. You could buy these right now. So if you want it, and technically, because US Range made the other one and 5-star made Gen 2, so you could technically buy Gen 2 Viking right now. And the fun part is these rings don't break down until year 17, 18. Ah, damn it. These ranges don't break down until, are they selling 5-star at Home Depot? Quite industrious. No, that's Z-Line. I was about to say. That's Z-Line. There we go. There's somebody showing their stuff. So here's a nice little lineup. So even with this is a 36-incher. The ovens are small because it's all, as you know, it was designed in the 80s. So the ovens are extremely small. The 60s are nothing but two 30s joined together. So the ovens are still small, and the 36 is nothing but a 30 with trim on either side. But even still, you're talking about $5,000 residential, you know, and so the people will pay to a certain extent, but they're not trying to give you $2-3 grand. Especially like, look, they could buy another 5-star range for 2,900. So I go through all this to say, hey, look, man, residential has its limitations. I don't give a damn how wealthy you think the customer is. A lot of times they feel like we're taking advantage of them when we're charging over a certain dollar amount. And I just want no part of it. Life is so much simpler on the commercial side, so much better, so much more consistency on the commercial side than it is on the residential, without all the outlay. On the residential side, if you want consistency, you got to partner up with Bosch, you got to partner up with Samsung, you got to partner up with LG, you got to partner up with Whirlpool. And it oftentimes, Frigidaire, Electrolux, oftentimes means that you have to spend money on stocking parts, and then they're watching you like a hawk, and you got to have a certain completion rate. We don't have to deal with that stuff on the commercial side as much. We don't have to deal with that as much. It is there. Like, you guys are all going nuts on yourselves when it comes to rationale, right? Yeah, if you want rationale, if that's your deepest, darkest, wet desire, wet dream to have a rationale contract, you can get it. They will do it. I got the paperwork. They'll do it. But you need a dedicated person to answer the phone. So they want you to have essentially like a dedicated line for them and for their customers. That's one. So a dedicated line, dedicated person for rationale, and then they want you to have a certain number of parts. Yes, you got to eat trash warranty calls to get more, my apps. On the residential side, it is complete and utter bullshit. It is complete and utter bullshit. You know what? I just leave them to the mess that they made, because residential was never like this before. They've completely broken it. The geniuses on that side have completely broken it. The geniuses on on the commercial side are trying their best. They truly are trying. They're like the kid who's trying to stick their finger in the socket. They're like the kid who's trying to stick their tongue into the socket on the commercial side, but they just haven't been successful at electrocuting themselves yet. But they try. Oh, they try. It's just too many people with sense on the commercial side. It's too many people with sense on the commercial side. So so a lot of these brain dead, idiotic, nonsensical maneuvers that are concocted on the commercial side fall flat on their face. I'll give you an example. Platinum. How many people remember Platinum Care? Who can tell me who used to have Platinum Care? Who used to run Platinum Care? And it was a disaster. It was a disaster. Oh yeah, they've wiped it from existence. You can't find it anymore. All right, so I'll keep you guys from being in suspense any longer. It was Electrolux. Electrolux had this harebrained idea that no one else is going to work on Electrolux. We're gonna pump Electrolux equipment out there. We're gonna put it in the cooking. We're gonna put it in the cooking schools, and we're gonna get rah shiskumbah. We're gonna get them all fascinated with Electrolux commercial. And so you had this generation of chefs out there that demanded that their kitchens have Electrolux equipment. And then they got the Electrolux equipment, and when they needed service, they were only able to get Electrolux Platinum Care service providers out there. And I think for like Houston, it was a minuscule number of people. And then they had because they were the only ones, they had their requirements. You had to have credit card on file and all this other stuff. And, they were only, if only 9 to 5, and you had to open up early. If you didn't open up till 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening, be damned. You got to get your ass down here, open up your restaurant so we can have our technicians come in there when we damn well please. And then when you try to call for tech support, you got no help. So that sizzled out, that fizzled out, that crashed and burned, Hindenburg style. Let me see here. There was a couple other harebrained things. The reason Taylor is white the way it is because Taylor actually has technicians. Hobart actually has technicians. Taylor, Hobart, and then Rationale has a network of dedicated techs. And so that has been extremely profitable for Rationale service providers. So that is not going anywhere anytime soon. I wouldn't count on it, but the floodgates are open. There are over 14 other combi ovens to deal with. And I say, get the fuck over it and work on Alto Sham. Okay, get over it and go work on Convotherm. I think it's Convotherm. Get over it and go work on any of the other ones. There's 14 other ones. Just get over it. Let that Rationale bullshit go. my customers ask me to work on it, I laugh at them in their face and I say, when you get another piece of it, when you're ready, when you're done with them, you let me know. I yank that out of there and I'll get you something else that I can work on. You know, oh shit, yeah, there's like 14 or plus different brands of combi ovens out there that you can work on. So let the rationale do its thing. Let that work its way out. Let that get flow through that customer and let them be done with it. Matter of fact, the customer where you saw me jack up that dishwasher and then put on the legs, and then so I'm working on their Electrolux now. Their Electrolux blast chiller, but they decided to buy a rationale. Not only is their staff not allowed to install it, I'm not allowed to install it. They can only have rationale people do it. And so this is setting them back a whole nother month because they waited until they got the damn thing. They didn't do a site survey, none of this other stuff. And now they're going to be without a combi oven for at least a month. I'm done with the dishwasher. I'm going to put in the chemical pump. They got all the prep tables in. They got the blast chiller in. Everything else is done. And now they're waiting on the combi. Waiting on the combi. Oh, and that reminds me, the Invictus stuff. But while I do this, what else are you guys interested in? Because I am on here for an hour and 28 minutes, and I am ready to wrap this thing up. Someone else had wanted to ask a question, but then didn't ask the question. When you guys see me live, ask away, ask your questions. If I can't get to it then, I'll try to get to it on the evening live streams that I do on Mondays and Thursdays at 7. Mondays and Thursdays at 7, no longer at 8. No longer at 8. And then hold on, who was asking this question? It was Alex. So Alex was asking the question, hey, there are far more brands on the commercial side than there are on the residential. So you have a lot more opportunity to make money. A lot more opportunity. You're going to a typical commercial kitchen and there's going to be at least 30 different products there. 30 different products there. They all have to have a way to cook. They all have to have a way to refrigerate. They all have to have a way to maintain the cooked product's temperature. So that's your warmers, your refrigerators, dishwashers, range tops, ovens, deep fryers. I mean, it's and then that's not even talking about the vacuum sealers like what I work on and stuff like that. For Legacy Group, are you signing up? Are you signing up to run warranty, or is there training we can? No, there's no training that Legacy does. You could just sign up. The other guy, unfortunately he's fighting cancer. Hold on one second. Let me give you my guy's information. Hold on one second. Because I already got his stuff prepped for the Legacy. What is his damn name? I just don't want to show you guys anything inappropriate. I think I've already been messing with my wife a little bit. So I'm a cruel, sick bastard, so I'll take pictures of my wife and I'll show her the pictures. See this, that's you. That's you. Oh, basically, you're so mean to me. Yeah, that's the type of sick shit I do. All right, hold on. Let me add. So I gotta make sure I didn't have nothing. And Share screen. Yeah, photos. Let me see if I got his number on here. Oh yeah, I had to go and get some oil. I had to go to the dealership and get me some oil. Dude was a straight dick. He gave me some oil this morning. Ah, there he is. No, no, that's not him. That's the place I went to. See, I was telling you that was the ice machine at that Saint Hope. Oh, I keep saying that. I got one of the places called Good Hope. This place called Saint Hope. Man, they need to lay off all these damn names. That's the stuff I had for the Randall. I had all this stuff prepped for you guys for Randall. The number of Domino's locations. Hold on, let me get to this guy. That's the stuff I had already prepped for y'all. I saw this. Hey man, I saw this today. I was like, no, man, no. It does get hot in the back of these damn vans. I mean, $150, 185 for the window AC versus $2,000 for an all electric portable AC that you can install in the back. I get it. I can't. I can't. I can't. I just cannot. I don't know if anybody cut my other live. This was the 19th. This is me with a full 5 gallons of sanitizer. And I went back today and it was out. It was out. This is for my I make my sales packets, and this is somebody who's invested in Denny's. Yeah, I have a whole story I wanted to give you guys about Denny's. There's the stock price, the number of locations, they're primarily franchised. See, I have a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about. The states with the most Denny's in them. Where's Florida? See, Florida is number 3. Are you like, there's no work in Florida? Have you told? God damn it. My mother-in-law. Oh my God. My mother-in-law is going to be probably coming. My mother-in-law is going to be coming living here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Miss Sharon Jordan, how are you? Hi. Hello. Oh. He what? Oh no. So he's in the hospital? Oh no. Yeah, she's at work. She went to work. I sure will. I wish you the best. All right. It's always something. Always something on my wife's side. So that apparently my brother-in-law, the young one, he's one of the youngest ones. He was the one that was here living in my house. Actually, he was in this room and he went to automotive school instead of working for me. And so now he's in his 20s. And that was my mother-in-law telling me that he had a heart attack. She's a very stressful individual. All right, let me give you this thing. This is all in the effort for little family drama. This is all in the effort for her to come here. Although she would really need to be there. She would really need to be there, wouldn't she? Hold on one second. The legacy companies. Let me see if they're giving me anything. Oops, wrong thing. Oh man, ain't no damn yikes. Ain't no damn yikes. This is my wife's side. Ain't no damn yikes. And right, so there was just Trey Reed was just hung in Mississippi. My I don't believe that one is my first cousin's son. His name is also Trey Reed. I don't think he went back to school. I had a cousin that just passed. I'm 50, so he's got to be 60. He was one of the oldest. He just passed away. Yeah, he passed away last week in Minnesota. He had a heart attack. He didn't have any kids or anything. That's what I'm saying. It's like, ugh, life, man. So I like, hey, man, you got to get this information from me while you can, because you don't know what the hell is going to happen tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm in these photos. All right, let me drop this. Let me add that. No, that's the training. That's the slides. And legacy. Legacy companies. So what you're going to need is you're going to need to talk to my guy over there. That's what the tablet's all about. Let me get his damn information. Oh, thank you, Michael Adams. I appreciate you. And then Brother Frank, hey, look at that. Very generous. Thank you so much. I think Brother Frank is probably gone. Hold on 1 second. This is from a while back. And then Michael Adams, thank you so very much. Hold on, I'm looking up this email while we're doing this. Where is he? Dukers. Oh, and then today I had a Dukers that was at one of my existing customers. My existing customers are so damn hard headed. I said, look, man, if you got a problem with any of these things, just call me. The call is going to go to me regardless. Just give me a call. I have to actually go through each and every damn email because Apple is, what the hell is this? Apple is unusable. Oh, let me give you JMC. All right, let me give you JMC. Let's see how this works. Oh, you still here? Oh, thank you, brother. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys two. We're gonna start out with JMC. We're gonna start out with JMC. Thank you so much for that contribution, brother. You're very generous, man. I do appreciate you. I'm going to share the window of the photos again, and in this one, should update. I'll update in a second. You guys all had the information for Dukers. You guys, so that's from the ice machine. That's Max Ice. There's Dukers. They sent that out to me today, 407. And boom, I was there at 428. This is my client. They have hard-headed employees that don't speak. Their English is extremely limited, and they'd like to play stupid on the English that they do know. So I told them to stop blocking the damn vent. This was my time to tell them. I said, this one is okay. This one is not okay. They broke the glass on this one, so the argon gas in between the two panes has gone away. So I need to order that. Oh, that showed up even better than in using your regular eyes. It doesn't show up like that. It just looks cloudy. So that's the Dukers. So this is the one I was called about, the 72-incher. And it's the same one. This is the same customer that oh, damn, it's not showing. I take care of the other stuff for. All right, let's see if it's populated yet. And it hasn't. Damn. Come on, man. All right, this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to transfer it on over. Bear with me 1 second. So I'm going to give you JMC. And then I will give you my guy over at what the hell? I know what I'll do. All right, so I copied that. Let me just put this on. Let me put this on. Let me see if I can put this on a damn. Hold on a second. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I can put this on. Are you guys ready for it, by the way? Let me just do a new note and whenever you're ready, Apple, whenever you're freaking ready. And Apple's all about playing these fucking games. All right. Hold on 1 second, people. Let me go to Keynote. Let me try to paste this thing on Keynote. Let me do a brand new Keynote. New document. New blank one. Oh, you bastard. All right, cool. So let me save this 1 second. Sorry about the delay. And I'll save this as JMC. Apple has gotten so unusable. This is really bad. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe while I put this thing up there. Hold on 1 second. And I'm going to do a slide. Just Imperial Brown. Nothing is showing. All right, JMC. I just did this damn thing. There it is. Keynotes are not. All right. Okay. All right. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Add that to gas lines. swear this thing is killing me. And I got to do this yet again to give you guys the information for global. But this is the same stuff I gave you last week and the week before. It's nothing different. Every time I give you something, just take the information down. If you don't need it, then you don't use it. But take the information down. Okay, hold on 1 second. Window and thank God. All right, there's one. Here we go. Now let me see if I can blow this damn thing up. This wasn't what I had intended on doing. There we go. So here is Alicia Lopez. Here is her information. Let's see if that is just my eyesight or if that's the screen. Yeah, that's the screen. So her name is Alicia Lopez. 855-525-5505, extension 414. Alicia at jmcsupply.com. And Kingston, Massachusetts. And her name is ALICIA. So it's Alicia at jmcsupply.com. They are OEM supplying their product, and they are also supplying their product to one of the top 5 dealers in the country. So maybe she'll give you a go, maybe she won't. All right, so that's that. And now let me try to find my guy, and then I'm going to wrap this thing up. Excuse me, please. Oof, I'm exhausted. Sorry. I'm exhausted, man. All right, I still have 80% left on my microphone. As I try to get Apple system is just unsearchable. You put in someone's name, nothing comes up. You put in descriptive text from what was in the body of the email, nothing comes up. It is a huge letdown. Now, it's a lot better if you go through the native email program. Like if I go directly to eBay, if I go directly to Gmail, I can type in whatever I want to, and it'll come right up. And I get hundreds of email every day. Bear with me just a little bit longer. Still have the JMC stuff up on the screen. So this is one. Don't forget to go with the JMC. JMC Dukers. JMC Dukers Blue Air. JMC Dukers Blue Air Everest. It's going to be a little hard to get on with Calvinator, but it is what it is. Samick. Damn. Oh my God. I just had a couple hundred email, and that was just yesterday. I've just now left yesterday. Oh, let me see here. Let me try another thing. Let me try. When I try general, this stuff never freaking comes up. So the one I'm looking to give you now, this is the guy that handles everything associated with Legacy Group. Legacy Group used to own Cold Draft. They own Max Ice. They own Max Cold. They own General. They own AdCraft. They own, now this is not an appliance. This is Zero, and they make the glycol filled ice cream scoops and a bunch of they own one of the companies that takes one of the machines that takes frozen bananas and turns them into ice cream. They own that company, unless he sold that off. They own a bunch of stuff. And this is not coming up. General. Nope. All right. So what I'm going to have to do is just give you the general email. Because this stuff ain't coming up. And it's crazy. This email system, sometimes I call him 2-3 times in a day on some stuff, but now this stuff is not popping up. Piece of shit system. Nope, none of that is coming up either. All right, let me just go to general then. Sorry about the delay. So here we go. Let me cancel that. And let me add, let me share the screen, and let me go back to general. General Food Service, right? So this is the company. This is, I can always get to him through there. And where it says contact us, you can call these numbers and look at here. They are in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale. And if you call, if you call the 954 number, oh, sorry. You call that 954 number. This is for Legacy Group. Call the 954 number. You will then get a hold of, and you ask for warranty. That takes you where, see, it says orders at the legacy companies. This thing is a pain in my ass, I swear. Let's see if this comes up. All right. I finally got it. Let me type his, I'm going to type his name in the chat. His name is Jason Rogers. Let me see if I got a better number. All right, you guys got it. Let me see if I can post this up on a big screen somewhere. All right. Okay, we've got action. All right, I'm going to switch. We're going to drop that. We're going to add the other one. Stop screen, and we are going to. So here's Jason's direct number. Hold on. Drop that. I know, bro. One more second. One more second. Let me get this. There we go. I had to remember what kind of witchcraft I was using. So here's his number, which is an 814. There is his full email address. And here are the different Yonanas. That is the one I was thinking of. Yonanas is the one that does the bananas, caloric, omega, max ice, max coal, edgecraft, admiral craft, Avanti, Beveless, Blanksley. Oh God, no! They bought my Blanksley dishwasher. And General's in the middle. Oh, I gotta tell them that I do the Blanksley too. Damn. I mean, every time you try to get out, they pull you back in. I swear, every time you try to get out, they pull you back in.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. I didn't realize they bought my Beveless and Blanksley. Are you guys able to see this okay? Are you able to read everything?
Let's talk about something important. Are they all here?
All but one.
Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something. And I'm here on a mission of mercy. I got your attention now? Good. A, B, C. A always B, B, C closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
That's right. Okay, so hopefully you all have it. Beveless? Does Beveless make dishwashers? So once again, as if I needed another damn company. As if I needed another damn company that owned another damn dishwasher firm. I swear. So this is Blanksley. I don't talk about Blanksley, but this is Blanksley. Good. I hope that means that you got it, my apps. I hope that means that you wrote down the information. You can always throw away the information I give you, but if you don't have it and then you can't get a hold of me, you don't, you're pretty much fucked. You're not going to get this information anywhere else. There is nowhere else that you're going to find this. Nowhere else. Oh, so these are the Blanksley dishwashers. You'll find this through a lot of military contracts, a lot of things where people have to bid on projects. Blanksley can then throw in their hat. They don't have to worry about people considering popularity and that kind of stuff. So you will find Blanksley prisons, schools, military installations, that type of thing. So Legacy Group bought this company. A number of different dishwashers. Of course, they're not made by Blanksley. See, this one says international only. And that's for good reason, because it's, oh shit, there's the mixers, planetary mixers. I'm going to find somebody that's going to offer me training on freaking mixers. Somebody somewhere. Oh, good. I hope you can read it, because some of this stuff I can't even read, man. Whatever, and that goes for all of you. Whatever you cannot read, speak up. Let me know that you can't see it. Let me know that it's illegible, and then I can do something about it. But to this day, I do not have anyone that I can point to and say, hey, these people do training on mixers. Potato peelers. So I deal with Samick, and now Blanksley on this. Where's my rack? So you'll notice I spend a little more time talking about dishwashers more than the average online channel. And that's just it. Dishwashers and ice machines are essentially the heart of my business. While everyone and their mother tends to work on ice machines, I have the distinction of working on all of them except for Howie and the other ammonia one. Damn, I can't think of what it is. I work on all the other ones, and I specialize in Isomatic. And then I am someone that people tend to lean on when it comes to dishwashers. Now, fun fact, dishwashers are kind of bastardized. One company will make dishwashers and another company will rebadge that as their own. It is a very common thing amongst dishwasher manufacturers, just so they can fill out their line. It is an accepted practice on that side, especially when it comes to pots and pan washers and stuff like that. A lot of guys don't deal with that. So I got to talk to my guys over there at Legacy, see what they're doing on that. I'm just so glad they got out of most of the ice machine stuff, the cold draft stuff, although I'm still stuck with cold draft. And with that, is there anything else? Is there anything else you guys would like to go over? Anything else you guys would like for me to cover? I guess I'll save the Denny's story for another time. I really wanted to talk about Denny's and the number of stores, but I do go live on Thursday at 7. I'm not going live at 8 anymore. I'm going live earlier so I can have a little bit more of my evening. And if that is all from you guys, that's it from you guys? That's it?
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
I am going to get out of here. Once again, it's been fun. I want to thank Brother Frank. I want to thank Michael Adams. You guys have been the number one contributors to the show, keeping things going. Alex Tech. And Alex, you don't have any other questions before I get off of this thing? No questions. Nothing. Because it is not the time to ask me questions when I'm out in the world. It is your time to ask me questions now. in the evening when I'm done and I don't have to worry about phone calls unless it's about somebody going into freaking cardiac arrest. Oh, God damn it. God damn it, my apps. What you gonna send me a damn email? Man, you better ask me this damn question. Talking about you gonna send me an email. The hell? Ice machine training in East Canada. It is, they can't have the training in Canada. Okay, you're not from last year. I have this conversation with Canadians, I have to tell them what it's all about. The same trainers run around and they cover Canada, The same trainers, they run around, they cover the United States. And then some of the same trainers, not only they cover the United States, they also then go into the Caribbean. So if there is training in Texas, there damn well can't be training in Canada, now can there? If there is training going on in Ohio, in Cincinnati, I think it's Cincinnati, Ohio, and all this stuff, there can't be training going on in Canada. You have to keep your eyes peeled. You have to keep your eyes peeled, This is the training video. I've gotten some feedback. I know I need to slow it down. This is going to make the damn training video like 2 hours long. You have to keep your eyes peeled to the video, to the training video. These are the current up-to-date classes that are going on as we speak. These are the classes. I've learned my lesson from the past. I don't give you guys classes like, ooh, classes next week. I try to give you guys more than enough time so that you can move your schedule, so you can do what you got to do. Ice machine training is only going to be one day. On top of that, it's only going to be, most of them is only going to be half a day. It's only going to be half a day. So you got to keep your eyes peeled. It's usually more towards the end of the winter when you Canadians have a go at things. Until then, no. So we're typically first. East Coast, Midwest. This year it appears to be starting out in the mid section of the United States, and then it's zigging back and forth from West Coast to East Coast, because stuff is Isomatic is doing the Midwest. Some of the other ones are doing Texas. Manitowoc and stuff is doing Texas already. Normally they don't do Texas until like November, that kind of stuff. So my apps, have you considered a quick start webinar on the commercial companies that are serious about signing up new companies, record it and sell it? The problem with that is this stuff changes like the wind. I just mentioned that a company that is now interested in signing you up previously was not. That guy had cancer, so he's not coming back. The guy that wasn't interested in signing you up, he's not coming back. But his replacement is interested in you guys. So this is a news type of deal. It is ever changing, ever evolving. It is not something. It is dynamic. It is not something that is static. Like some people that I despise and hate, they might get fired, right? Not on my accord, but they might just get fired. And I'm like, what? That asshole isn't there anymore. They're like, no, that guy's gone. I'm like, oh, I never did like that fucker anyway. And then, oh, the door's open for me, right? The door's open. My app said a hot side class, cold side class, and a commercial laundry webinar. Now, once again, I'm going to tell you that. Oh God, the wife. Let me talk to the wife, and then I'll let me put this on full screen. Did he pass away, or is he still alive? Oh no. Well, my brother-in-law just passed away. He was 20. Oh, God, what was he? 22? 21? He had a heart attack and died today. So let that be a lesson to you. I'm trying to tell you that this stuff is always changing. You hear one day, gone the next. Now my mother-in-law is going to come fucking live with me. Man, I got to straighten out this room. Oh. Yeah, this stuff is always changing. So I can tell you, hot side, I just showed you a video where there are thousands of items. So here's Follett Ice right here. This is Follett Ice machines right here. So these are online classes. So it is completely useless. It is completely useless for me to do a class. I cannot do a training class on an item better than the people that are making it, better than the people that actually have the data and know what's wrong with their equipment. They know what parts they're shipping out. They're fielding the phone calls. So it is always much better to get the training from the factory. That is the whole reason why I do this. It is always better to get the training from the factory. So there's Hoshizaki. They're in a whole. Oh yeah, they're in Ohio. So they're in Ohio. They're in the Midwest all next month. Scotsman, and I think they're pretty much doing the same thing. Portland, Oregon, Washington, Baltimore, yeah, Dallas, Texas. So yeah, you're gonna have to wait several. You're gonna have to wait deep into the winter. It's usually near the end of the winter. Typically what happens is as they go across certain northern cities in the United States, then they'll jump across the border, and then they'll do Canadian cities. They'll do Quebec, they'll do Toronto, stuff like that. Vancouver, when they're doing Seattle, then they'll go on across and they'll do Vermont. I mean, not Vermont. I mean, they'll do British Columbia, Vancouver. Any other questions? Because now I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Whole bunch of stuff to do. Keep your eye out for the training videos. This is what I specify. You get your training right from the factory. There's no way I can do the training less than what they can do. It's going to cost me more to do it. I'm not going to have as much equipment. I'm not going to have the depth of knowledge as they do. Part numbers, all that kind of stuff. There's the information. Keep forgetting it's flipped on my screen. There's the information right there. Thank you, my apps. I appreciate it. Yeah, my brother-in-law. I met my wife when she just came over to this country from the UK, and her family was already. This side of her family was already living here, and that brother that just passed away. Yeah, I met him when he was he like 10? Met him when he was a little guy, and he grew up to be very hard-headed. He didn't do drugs. He didn't drink. No drugs, no drinking. Just recently, toward the end of his life, he got a girlfriend. For the first time in his life, he had a girlfriend. He never had a girlfriend before. Just got a girlfriend, and that's like another cousin of mine. He had also gotten a girlfriend, and then months later, he passed away. These women are they're killing us. So talk to your loved ones. If you got relatives that need a job, maybe you should hire them. Yeah, this is my wife's side. This is my daughter. This is her uncle. But still, it is sad. He was extremely. My daughter's only 13. So yeah, I want to say he was like 10. Yeah, I want to say he was like 10 when I met him. When I met him, he was 10. So he had just grown to be a man, Oh, this has officially put the mother-in-law under my roof. I think permanently. So I'm sorry about my brother-in-law, but now my mother-in-law is going to be here. Damn. Oh well. So I will be back on Thursday, 7 p.m. Back on Thursday, 7 p.m. to give you guys the updates. And that is when you guys can ask me about the training. Elijah, hey, are you the same Elijah from Instagram? No, you're not the same one from Instagram. Yeah, bro. Yeah, my mother-in-law. This means my mother-in-law is going to be. Here. My mother-in-law's gonna be here. My mother-in-law was living with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and then my sister-in-law went and got her own place away from those two, and those two were butting heads, and my mother was just asking me about coming over here, for my mother-in-law to come here today, and I was like, no. So why don't she go live with your other brother? He's 30 something now. He's getting ready to get married. Oh, so now I got to deal with it because he's getting ready to get married. Life is short. Like I said, I'm trying to do this, before I'm no longer here. So nobody else is doing it. I am a sole proprietor. I own my own service company. I don't work for anybody. So out of all the other service providers online, I'm the one that can. The few others that are out there that are making content, they actually have an obligation to their employees. They own it, but they have an obligation to their employees not to disclose, where the customers are, who the customers are, because it affects not just them, but it affects the livelihood of their employees. And if a client gets pissed off, uh, they can say, hey, I don't want you guys over here anymore, stuff like that. But all my customers are very well of what I do, and I kind of bully them into it, to be honest with you. So they, I just tell them, I'm doing training and stuff like that, and tough titty, they got to deal with it. But with that being said, I am going to wrap this thing up because my wife is on her way home. She's in tears. So, hug your kids, kiss your wife, call your parents, tell them you love them. Because life, like Elijah said, life is a roller coaster, man. Life is a roller coaster, and you never know. I was just thinking today, I said, I need to get my daughter, set her up with some of this Onera stuff, these Onera claims I got. I need to at least get her acquainted with the system so she can go in there. I said, hell, to incentivize, I said, shit, I'll give her $50 a dispatch. I'll give her $50 for each one of the claims that she puts through. So at least she can know how to process this stuff, So at least she knows how to process stuff. Yeah, thank you, brother. I'm about ready to get out of here. So you hear about your uncle? I guess that's a no. Peace. Be good to one another.
Let's talk about something important. Are they all here?
All but one.
Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something. And I'm here on a mission of mercy.
I got your attention now? Good.
A, B, C. A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
Be relentless. That's it, I'm done.
We are same, but different, but still same.